Alrighty, so we are messing around with the new demonic beast Einek, sort of like, you know, cooperative boss that they're doing for this new festival. And honestly, it's not too bad. We're running on hell difficulty. He's pretty tanky overall. He has a shield that he kind of puts up that you have to beat through first. But overall, you can kind of use the sort of like mono green setup. You can also use blue units as well, which is kind of interesting. So there's definitely some decent combinations that you can use here. We did notice in the second phase that he does end up putting a lot of buffs on. So if you have like a buff removal, or if you have like LR Escanor, for example, you could use his Cruel Sun card to remove the buffs that he puts on, which would be kind of nice. But we're just going with like a sort of standard Brunhild Liz and then Gother combo, kind of like you would use for Belmoth. So pretty standard stuff overall. You can do this 3 times a day. You get rewards from doing it, and you help fill up the bar for the rest of the community, so that way we all get rewards. So make sure that you're doing them as much as you can. But yeah, overall, pretty straightforward, honestly. He doesn't have anything, like, super crazy. It seems like most of his cards are actually the same kind of cards that he uses for the regular guild boss sort of setup anyway. So, you know, nothing too out of the ordinary. You won't really have to worry about coming up with, like, a crazy new strategy. I guess the big kicker here is that you actually do get to use a teammate with it. So, you definitely have that going for you. It's not necessarily just you soloing the boss with 4 people on the field. It's, you know, you and a buddy. So that's kind of nice. We're using Rigatoni as my my test dummy here to help us to beat him. So he's using Ghislaine. I also thought about using Ghislaine a little bit, but I figured we would try to use something a little bit more accessible. So not looking too bad overall. Just being able to use the sort of normal setup, like I said, is pretty easy. I don't know if there is a team that people have found or not for doing like an easy like 2-turn clear on like both phases, like doing them all in one go. But yeah, either way. So we have Brunhild, who is going to do some pretty good damage. He does reset his ultimate move gauge at the beginning of the turn, so I think we're going to use the detonate card this turn, and then we'll try to get rid of some of these pumpkin bombs that seem to be plaguing our inventory. That actually didn't do as much as I was expecting. We might not kill this turn. I think we'll be okay, though. This gold card plus the Ghislaine card, yeah, I think we'll be fine. So, boom. Boom. 2-turn extreme difficulty. Oh, okay. That's kind of nice then. I mean, honestly, if you want to just get it over with fast, because you can only do it 3 times a day, you know, you can do it on whatever difficulty you want to do it on. You might have to run it a little bit more, just because you're, you know, not going to be able to get as many rewards for the exchange shop. But at the end of the day, as long as you're okay with doing it, it does cost stamina, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's like 28 stamina per hell run, which is, you know, that's a little bit pricey. You're gonna have to do that 3 times a day. That can be a little bit annoying, but you know, it just kind of is what it is. I really wish that they would stop putting stamina on these guild bosses. It's really annoying, or not guild bosses, but the event bosses and stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. We doing pretty good damage though. We got all the way through the shield. The second phase honestly seems like he's less tanky. I don't know. Last time that we ran this, before this one, it took us a little bit longer to get through phase 1, but I don't know. Maybe we're just built different now. So either way, like I said, pretty straightforward. This is where he's actually going to put on the extra buffs, if I'm not mistaken. He does throw on some debuffs on your enemies. Maybe he just didn't use the card this turn. Might be next turn. Does he use... He has something that he can put on a whole bunch of buffs, though. Creates a barrier, applies dissolve. Okay. Explodes, removes buffs. Maybe it's if you have buffs on, because Tony did end up using a... whatchamacallit? He did end up using a level 3 Gother card last turn, and I think because he removed our buffs, he actually got a whole bunch of extra buffs on him. Yeah, Linkson's talking about it in the chat. We are live, by the way, so if you want to, you know, join the live stream next time we do some summons and everything, mess around with the chat, feel free to subscribe. That'd be cool. But yeah, overall, like I said, pretty standard. Basically just the guild boss, but you've got a partner with you, so overall, not really anything too crazy. Hope this helped, I guess. If you have any team suggestions or anything that you're using to help beat this faster or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'm sure somebody can maybe use the team suggestions or something. But either way, that is it from me. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.